Angaraag Mahanta, known by his nickname Papon, is an Indian singer, composer and record producer from Assam. Angaraag once stated in his interview with NDTV Good Times that he wishes to travel worldwide and perform in various music festivals. At the same time, he also wants to meet different musicians, be exposed to different forms of music and collaborate with various talented musicians to create amazing and beautiful music. Some of his initial stuffs was widely considered a novelty in the Assamese musical scenario. It was a blend of East Indian folk music and Western electronic musical arrangement, enhanced by atmospheric sound effects. In most of these endeavors, he collaborated with the East India Company, of which he is a founding member. Early life: he was born to the Assamese folk singer couple Angaraag Mahanta and Angarag Mahanta. He spent most of his childhood in Assam and he was introduced to music early on in his childhood. Career: Papon's initial training was in Indian classical, devotional and folk music. He learnt vocals primarily but also plays the khol, tabla, guitar, and harmonium. His music covers genres such as ambient electronic, acoustic folk and New Age Indian classical music, and it has been identified as having traces of pentatonic Mongoloid notes, local river song influences and ghazals. Although his first language is Assamese, he has also sung in Hindi, Punjabi, Tamil, Marathi, Mishing and Bengali. His latest addition to Bollywood songs is to a duet with Shreya Ghoshal in film Bobby Jasus. Just before this was a song called Lokayarin, which is a poem by Gulzar from the film Kaya Dili Kaya Lahore. Before that he sung Sunri Bavli from Lakshmi by Nagesh Kwikundar. In 2014 only he also had sung two songs Sun Lari and Khuds from the movie Madras Cafe. He recorded a hit song Kyan for the movie Buffy. He has also sang title song from Incan. His first big song in Bollywood was Jian Kyan from the movie Dum Maro Dum. Papon released his first album, Junaki Rati in Assamese at the end of 2004, marking a new kind of regional sound. The second album he produced was Sinoaki a Sinoaki, which was released in November 2009. Papon has also sung on a few other albums produced by various artists in Assam. His first folk music album was Rang Paula Bayu album, after which he produced Gomzeng and subsequently, Fagunagan, an album representing the typical holy songs of Bapatla in West Assam. He sang on a devotional Borgeet album called Chandamukhi, and is working on a traditional folk album of Tokari songs. On the first edition of Coke Studio at MTV, he performed on the popular Bayu song Pak Pak. Papon returned to Coke Studio at MTV in 2013, and this time around, he produced his very own episode for the popular show. This makes Papon the only musician to have grown with Coke Studio at MTV, having now been involved in all 3 seasons of the show. For his episode on this season of the show, Papon produced 6 songs, a 3 brand new compositions and 3 cross-border folk songs. In the first season of Coke Studio at MTV, Papon sang the upbeat song Pak Pak, produced by Leslie Lewis, and in its second season, he produced his own track, the high-spirited Assamese folk song Tokari, and also featured as a vocalist on celebrated musician-composer Nitin Sawhney unregistered trademark S episode singing the beautiful, almost melancholic folk song Sail Tark. Papon's work on this season of Coke Studio at MTV has been critically lauded, and videos of his tracks have received thousands of views on YouTube within a week. Of the 3 new compositions, Torba, with Benny Dayal, has received close to 700,000 views, while the Papon solo Kamaya has received over 500,000 views. Binam Kwashain has received over 300,000 views. Papon also reinvented 3 folk songs for his episode of Coke Studio at MTV. Basra Bera is a Rajasthani folk song Papon learned from his father. Dine Dine, with Harsh Diapka, is a beautiful Batiali river song from Goapara in Assam, in the Sufi tradition, and has received over 450,000 views. Anjuma, a rousing song of the Tea tribes in Assam. Imajai link equals. Band. In 2007, Papon formed an electronic folk fusion band called Papon and the East India Company. Their music and their songs have evolved from Eastern India, from the lush green fields of Assam to be precise, and their music is awash with the native notes of their soil. Set up in the backdrop of Assamese folklore and culture, Angaraag Mahanta and his band have been applauded by the masses. Their music has been said to possess the unique ability to impart peace to the soul, in a way that the soul echoes with the melody of timeless folk tunes of Assam. Angaraag Mahanta and his band have been credited for creating an amazing blend of contemporary music and folk. The band consists of Papon on vocals, Brindisi on live electronics, Jinti on lead guitars, Kurti on percussion and Apu on bass and Tanmay on drums. The 6 members came from backgrounds varying from Assamese folk to metal and blues to trip-hop. The band has performed twice at the SAARC Music Band Festival in New Delhi, the Eastwind Festival and the Kovalam Literary Festival, and has performed overseas with Sutazi in Singapore. The band took a 2-year break in the wait for a solo album which released internationally at the end of 2011. The band is back in action in November with 4 big festivals in the same month. They also played at the Oktoberfest in Bangalore, NH7 Weekender Fest in Pune and the Rock for Rights concert in New Delhi. Earlier their track OMO was taken on by Sarigama HMV for release on the compilation album, The Underground, along with a song called Jaya Bajthoji and an album called Zaibal. In 2008, their track called Kuda Hota was released by Dada Music, an extension of Music Today. Personal life: he lives in Mumbai with his wife Shweta Mishra Mahanta and they have 2 children, a son Pua and daughter Parijat. His father, noted Assamese folk singer, Kajan Mahanta, died on June 12, 2014. Collaborations: Papon has performed with the Medieval Pundits and Kash Kale at various festivals around the world including the Pala Copyright O Music Festival in Switzerland, Jakarta International Java Jazz Festival in Jakarta, Mosaic Music Festival in Singapore and Oslo World Music Festival in Norway. Aside from performing with them, Papon has co-written a couple of songs with the Medieval Pundits that featured on their 3rd album Hello Hello, which ranked among the top 3 songs on Amazon, worldwide. He collaborated with the Welling Jazz Band, in Wellington, New Zealand, for a project playing some of his music during Crossings Festival held in Wellington, New Zealand in 2007. Also in the project was Ryan Sheehan, a popular electronic artist and producer from Wellington. He also wrote a song with Kash Kale for his new album Cinema. He is working on 2 international collaborations which were to be released in 2012. Papon has featured in albums which carry the labels of MDR Records, in a collaboration with Times Music, and has also featured in the soundtrack of Bollywood films Dum Maro Dum, Onam Kalam, soundtrack, Paitang, and most recently Barfi. He also featured on the Indian leg of the show Coke Studio in MTV. He performed on the show Global Indian Film Awards with Medieval Pundits, Kailash Kher and Shubham Mudgal. He also appeared on Star World India, Episode 6 of The Duarists with Rabbi Shergill and recorded a song Khul Dar Rab. Albums: as playback singer and films, list of Bollywood and other language film songs recorded by Papon. Nomination: Angaraag was nominated twice under the Best Folk Album category for his 2 Assamese folk albums Gomzen with Rashmi and Faguna Gan at the GIMA Awards 2011. Awards: Papon was bestowed with the Best Male Singer Award in the Prague Scene Awards 2012, for the title song Ramdhenu in the Assamese movie Ramdhenu. He was also honored with the Bhupen Hazarika Award in the Best Male Singer category on April 27, 2012. In 2012, he won the GIMA Awards for Best Pop Album of the Year for his debut Hindi album, The Story So Far. In 2012 only he won the JD Annual Rock Awards for 2 categories, the Best Male Voice of the Year and for the Best Song of the Year. References. External links: official website, Angaraag Mahanta at the Internet Movie Database, When It Rain Bands, Song of Dum Maro Dum.